Okay, today is Sunday, the 12th of Teves, January 12th, and we're learning about two general categories of tzaddikim. We're in Tanya, in the middle of chapter 10 of Tanya, and the first type of tzaddik is the complete tzaddik, who has eradicated all his evil. The second is a tzaddik who has some vestige of evil still inside of him, but he never allows that evil to come to the fore, to come to the surface, and he abhors and hates his evil. In today's lesson in Tanya, we're on page 76 in the Chayenu, if you're following along. The Baal Tanya is going to describe a rare level achieved by tzaddikim called the Bnei Aliyah, those who have achieved ascension. Aliyah is like you go up. Aliyah to Eretz Yisrael, you go up to Eretz Yisrael. The ascensions refer to one, the total transformation of the tzaddikim called Bnei Aliyah, those who achieved ascension. I'm sorry, the total transformation of their negative forces to godliness. And two, that their sole interest and work is for the one on high with no personal agenda. Everything is first, l'shem shamayim, for the sake of heaven. We're talking about the tzaddik, the two levels of the tzaddik. Mischalekes, l'riva voice madreges, b'inyan, b'chinas miyotara, hanishar me'achas, me'arba yisedes haroim. By the way, a lot of times the Alter Rebbe gives a couple of different levels within a tzaddik, two different levels within the Rasha, levels even within the Beinoni. There are countless levels. However, he's going to share two main general categories, and that is this level of the incomplete tzaddik, which is subdivided into many levels, but he's going to focus on two of them. The Alter Rebbe is going to describe the tzaddik that either destroys and completely annihilates, obliterates, and removes his ra, his evil within him completely, or he was never born with it to begin with, or he has it under such constraints that it never has a chance to rear its ugly head. In the Alter Rebbe's words, the subdivision also takes into account the degree to which the remaining evil is nullified. In the good, because of its minuteness, whether in 60 times as much good, for example, or in 1,000 or 10,000 and so on. This comes through the numerous tzaddikim which are found in each generation. Kidas Nesar. I'm sorry. This Sam Nesar Alfe Tzadike Kaimo Kame Kadosh Baruch Hu. Find the Gemara. The Sam Nesar, the 18,000 tzaddikim stand before the Holy One, blessed be He. Thus, though many attain the level of a tzaddik, they're not this complete tzaddik which the Alter Rebbe is going to speak about. So you know a lot of people, they're just good people, righteous people. And you even say, oh, you're such a tzaddik. Could be they are. But when it comes to the complete tzaddik, al-mailis tzaddik gamor, when it comes to these superior men, the highest level of tzaddik people, the Bnei Aliyah, these are very few and far between. That's why they're called this men of ascent. By the way, it doesn't mean men, it be women also, but it's these people that have reached this highest level. They have completely transformed their evil, and they now are on the level of holiness. It is B'Zayhar, Ba'Akdama, Sheksharatzar Rabbi Chia Lalois Lehecha Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Shma Kolo Nafik Vamar. About Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, it says in the introduction to the Zayar that he heard a voice come out and say, Man Minchoy Di Chashoicha Mahapchon lenahira v'tamin miriru umiska ad la yesun hacha, which means whichever of you, before coming here, have converted the darkness of the world to light, which means holiness, and have transformed the bitter taste of their animal soul and evil inclination to sweetness, only these may enter. And another reason why they're called Bnei Aliyah, this is, before they enter into the next world, into the purest, holiest levels of Gan Eden. So they're being welcomed in that way. There's another reason why they're called Bnei Aliyah. Mipnei shegam avadasam b'chinas v'asei toiv ki matera mitzaseh hutz l'tzeirech v'goiva ma'ila ma'ila adarema ma'ilis. That even their divine service in the area of doing good, asei toiv, in the fulfillment of Torah and its mitzvahs for the sake of heaven, and in the service of heaven is directed towards the most high level, towards the loftiest of heights. So whatever they're doing, you could say, well, somebody else is also davening. Yes, but the davening might be because he's requesting something, or the learning might be because he's trying to finish, he wants to finish the Siyum HaShas by a certain time so that he could show everyone that he finished the Siyum HaShas. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but there's always reasons that the incomplete tzaddik might be doing a mitzvah, and it's also okay, it's good, but the complete tzaddik does so only for the sake of heaven. The divine service is not merely to attach themselves to Hashem by serving Him through Torah mitzvahs to quench the thirst of their soul. This could be for also an ulterior motive. This is a bit of a selfish. I want to connect to Hashem. So who wants to get you? Who are you? There's something that a person wants to do, even though it's a good thing. So we're talking about, nevertheless, we're talking about people that are not doing it because they want to cleave. They're doing it simply as servants of Hashem. Whatever Hashem wants, I'll do. He wants me to cleave to Him, I'll cleave to Him. He wants me to go roll in the snow, roll in the snow. Whatever the Hashem wants him to do, just like our prophets were called Merkava, chariots to Hashem. Ella, the Perushu, Tikkunim, their service of Hashem is like the Zohar explains. Eizeu chasid, amischasid im koinoi im kan delay. The Zohar says, that explains that our sages have said, who is a pious one, who's a chassid? He who is benevolent, mischasid, towards the Creator, koinoi, his Creator. Uniting Hashem, blessed be, and His Shekhinah, so that the light of His union reach and is felt in the lowest worlds. It's not that I'm close to Hashem, it's that Hashem is close to everything. I'm just fulfilling His wishes and His desire. Kivra di shtadel basar avoy ve'emoy dirachim loin yatir migarmei v'nafshei v'ruchei v'nishmase. We're on page 78, by the way, in the Chayenu. It's explained in Rai Mehemna on Parshas Teitzei, in the manner of a son who exerts himself for his father and mother, whom he loves more than himself, more than his own nefesh, ruach, and neshama. So he's just doing this for his parents, for no ulterior motive and no reward. He just wants to be close to his father, and in this case, his father in heaven. Masar gamei lemisa, alayhu lemifrak loin chuluk meshishpar makemacher. He's ready to sacrifice his life to save his parents, should they be held in captivity, and as is also explained elsewhere. So the Alter Rebbe continues, "Shneim oilim mikana echad ki al yidei habirurim shemavarim mi noiga ma'ilim ma'im nukvin." Both interpretations are complementary, for by the refining the good found in Klippa, as the men of ascent do by transforming their animal soul, to transforming whatever negativity which might be in their lives into positivity, and also completely subjugating themselves, being completely subservient to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in every way possible, whatever He wants goes. One elevates the Mayin Nukvin, feminine waters, Man, which affect unions in the higher realms so as to cause masculine waters mad to descend to this world. Shehem heim mimei achasodim shebachol mitzvah meramach mitzvasei shekulon heim bechinas chasodim ma'in duchrin. These masculine waters are the waters of kindness that flow into and are contained in each of the 248 positive mitzvahs, which are all in the nature of kindness. V'hainu V'hainu amshachas kedushas elikusa yisparich memayla mayla lislavish patachtenik meishispar makemacher. This term, masculine waters, as applied to mitzvahs, means that the mitzvahs draw down godliness and holiness from above, meaning from the higher realms downwards, so that Hashem's holiness would be clothed in and revealed within this world, in the lower realms, in our physical world. So thus the two interpretations of men of ascent are complementary. So what is this all about? There are two levels of tzaddikim, or even two different types of tzaddikim, who act in every instance in accordance with Torah just because that's the will of Hashem. Not because of any personal reward or any personal benefit. So we might not feel that we're on the level of a tzaddik, but we could also have tzaddik moments throughout our lifetime. Why come to Shul and Daven? Why open up a Sefer and learn? Why do this particular mitzvah? If we do it for no other reason than to bring godliness and holiness down to the world, we're acting on this level, on the level of the tzaddik, and we have the capabilities to do it. Thus ends chapter 10. Tomorrow we begin chapter 11 in the Tanya. So thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow.